Hello and welcome to Sunless Sea. Currently, we are at Port Cavendish, ruled by the Pirate King, and we're gonna see if we can work for him. So, a brothel, eh? Oh, and a honey den. Let's find out. Let's find out what this place is. As Pirate King's knows, we need to have 5 to have a meeting with King's Claw. Entering the brothel is like sliding into the dream of a surface orientalist. Jewel-embroidered cushions, bright silk drapes, gilded statues of elephants, sun bears, and clouded lepers. Silver censers release curling plumes of rose-scented smoke into the air. The courtesans are red-lipped and kohl-smudged. When you catch their eyes, they smile back at you with professional interest. Ask what red honey is. You know, of course. Only the particulars have slipped your mind. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. One of the nearby courtesans' eyebrows lift infinitesimally, but his reply is practiced. When lamplighter bees suck the nectar of the crimson strain of exile's rose, they are driven to madness. They enter the brains of humans and harvest their memories. He shudders, as though imagining the process himself. Those memories are instilled in red honey. Each sip is a burst of memory on the tongue. Deliciously awful, isn't it? He flutters dyed feather fan. He flutters his dyed feather fan. Oh, we've gained a terror. That's exactly what we need. A sea captain is weeping gently into a courtesan's bosom, muttering of her lost crew and rose gardens. Let us comfort the sea captain and hope she can cook. Because we need a fucking cook. This is a place where they make honey. Maybe somebody knows. They're all tending the gardens now, she wails and begins to weep. My poor crew. We wait for a hitch in the sobs and inquire further. It is a slow, delicate business drawing answers out of her. But you are nothing if not persistent. It seems her crew was conscripted by the Lady of the Gardens, and that their duties are something far worse than the holoculture. You leave her reciting the names of her lost sailors, and commending them to Salt's memory. So let us not have to work in the gardens, then. Apparently that's a fate worse than death. But we're getting his attention. Cavendish Abbey. The Crimson Quail sisters patrol its ramparts and tend their hives of lamplighter bees. So we need to have his interest. Ugh. Ooh, feel the bee smokers. I am not giving them all my fuel. A meeting with the abbesses. She's always interested in news from London. You recite your news to the abbess, your voice stuttering every now and then in the cool silence of her office. Her face is entirely obscured by her thick veil, and it is impossible to read her reactions. Nonetheless, you must have pleased her. She orders one of her novices to load your ship with casks of mushroom wine. Cool. I can sell that because I'm poor. The abbey overlooks the rose gardens, and so make a point to linger at the window. The roses bloom lush and wanton, each petal of the color of sunset. A tall woman in golden veil picks her way between thorned bushes. We now have 5 casks of mushroom wine. We've lost our recent news, because as you know, once you tell someone the news, you can never tell anyone else that news again. Ever. Fuel for the beast books. I know I can't do that because I've run out of fuel. Compile a port report. You spend half a day observing the docks and note an astonishing number and variety of ships. Was that a Khanate trimming nestled between a vessel from the Iron Republic? The dockhands complain loudly that they have never been busier. The caddies talk ceaselessly and carelessly about smuggling and piracy, but even the most hardened sailors lower their voices when they mention the king. They go even quieter when they talk about the Rose Garden. You make careful notes. Perhaps the Admiralty will understand what they mean, even if you don't. Oh my god, I can't buy it. Gift of glass. An emancipated man in lion-colored robes clutches your sleeve. Please, he says. I'm damned, I can't touch the truth. Take this. He points to an unpromising-looking crate sitting behind. The sun orders time. Do you see? Down here we can only touch time with our fingers. The devils know that. In Irem, his eyes well with tears. Abruptly he turns and plunges into the crowd. You are left with the crate. We have an empty Mirkesh box. I think that man might have been mad. Sell sunlight. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh my god. If we go to the Dawn machine, can we catch sunlight in that box? Sunlight, the most dangerous of pleasures here in the Port Cavendish. There's an appetite for dangerous pleasures, but you don't have to negotiate with the sippers of sunlight. I don't know. That sounds very interesting, catching sunlight, but it's quite a journey to the Dawn machine. I don't know. Now let's continue. We can't keep changing our mission. We'll never get anything done. So we're gonna keep heading east. See if we can't find the edge of the world out there. Go through Peter's rocks. See what we find. Oh, I've discovered Visage. I don't know what Visage is. It's like a dark little town. Was a dark little town. It's got a giant fucking face on it. So, let's see what we find. And we dock. Hide your face. Hide all faces. This is the port of Visage, where faces may not be naked except one. A stone monument the size of a village church. Sincerely gazing upwards, flourishing of years. Well, we'll compile a port report. The departing merchant gives you a confused account of crocodiles and honey cakes and something about ear blockage. To this you add your own impressions about the street layout close to port and the types of commerce here. When the lights are especially bright, it is possible to make out the details of a profile of that great stone face. We're gonna go ashore. All those who enter must play their parts. The sign is visible only after you've crossed the threshold. What a dick move to do. Check in at the customs house. One may not wander visage at will. All visitors must pass one by one through a room guarded by a person in a mask of a moon moth. Ask the significance of the masks. Moon Moth explains each mask declares a different intention toward the denizens of visage, and must be accompanied by suitable behavior. The frog is for visitors who, though perhaps clumsy and unfamiliar with local etiquette, have come in order to observe local ways and make uncouth comments about them. The locust is for those who seek profit in visage and would carry away as many goods as possible. You prompt about the bat. Moonmoth hesitates. Bat is an ill-omened visitor, sent as a messenger or a spy. Bat always dies. I am very tempted to get the bat. Asked to go to the mess. No. Moonmoth unfolds his wings. Not suitable. It says, on visage everyone is masked. To walk the island with your own face would give scandal. Yeah, we're gonna go with the bat. We went with the bat. I think I might die now. I don't make smart decisions. If you've seen the time I played with the first mate, you would know that. Almost killed myself there. But you don't get any far not taking risks. Moonmoth spreads and folds its wings. Are those part of the moth costume? It looks that way, but one cannot rule out the possibility that the moth has real wings. My condolences, it says with polite formality, as it sets the bat mask on your face and ties the worn leather straps around the back of your head. Inside the mask smells of musk. Huh. So we're destined to die. That's interesting. Visit the Library of Parts. So called because of all books are fragmentary, perhaps. A room of heavy stone guarded by a golden statuette of a woman with outstretched arms. The scroll niches sorted to correspond to a variety of masks. The jackal and the lioness and the crocodile and the dung beetle. A woman in the mask of a lotus blossom is standing at the lectern reading in silence. Ask what the purpose of this room. Moonmoth explains. Wait, we're talking to Moonmoth again? People think it means something like Library of Fragments, but this is wrong. The parts in question are like parts in a play. This is where the denizens of visage come in order to learn how to perform their masks more accurately, more completely, with the truest spirit. Steal what scrolls you may. I can do that. You go from niche to niche, putting scrolls in your pockets. Moonmoth intervenes. This is a locust activity, not proper for you at all. It expects you to spy instead. Then it expects you to spy instead. Then it expects you to be taken to the place of execution and hung upside down. This is what happens to bats in visage. The penalty for misplaying your role is only a little better than the penalty for being a bat. You end up scarred and maskless back at the dock. Hey, I didn't die though. Wait, so Moonmoth was following us the whole time? This place is a bit weird. Apparently we should have been a locust, because that's what locusts do. Oh. Well, I'm gonna call it for this episode. If you like what you saw, don't be afraid to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. So, have a good one.